was almost 2 months ago, Tigray Defense Force started its offensive on Amhara and Afar regions. During the course of these 2 months, almost 8 armed groups have announced their affiliation, their alliance with Tigray Defense Force in different states of Ethiopia. Is this alliance between TDF and other armed groups working? What sort of impact is this alliance is going to have on the ongoing war between Tigray Defense Force and Amhara forces, Ethiopian National Defense Forces in Amhara region? I'll have a detailed look at the groups which reportedly have alliance with TDF and is this alliance working or not? Firstly, Tigray fighters say that all regions have sent their forces against Tigray Defense Force in Amhara region. That is why TDF has this right to collaborate with armed groups in those regions. Secondly, it says that those armed groups, they are already fighting. And they want to overthrow PM Abiy's government. So they were already fighting. It's not that TDF is creating these groups. Ethiopian government says that TPLF is trying to create instability across Ethiopia by backing different armed groups. So these are the official positions of the two sides. Now, so far we have heard of 8 groups which have some sort of collaboration with Tigray Defense Force. Firstly, Somali People Liberation Front, SpLF, a newly formed group. It was established just a month ago and Colonel Eid Abdi Hassan is leading this group. It's a small group. We haven't seen any activities of this group so far in Somali region. Secondly, viewers, Sidama National Liberation Front. This group has been operating for several years. It's operating in Sidama. Sidama is far away from Tigray and Amhara. Sidama is close to Oromia. So this group cannot have any impact on the ongoing war in Tigray, in Amhara, in Western Tigray regions. This group can collaborate with Oromo Liberation Army. So the reach of this group is very limited. We haven't seen any activities of this group in Sidama as well. So no activities from SpLF in Somali region and no activities of Sidama's group SNLF in Sidama so far. Thirdly, we heard of alliance between TDF and some Afar fighters as well. Again, this alliance did not work. TDF had to withdraw. TDF is out of Afar region. Fourthly, Benishangul Gumuz, BLF. Here, Gumuz fighters have been operating for years. Here, Benishangul Liberation Front is carrying out activities, viewers. It has carried out some activities against foreign nationals as well. A few days ago, a Chinese national was killed in an attack, reportedly by BLF fighters. But in order to counter the increasing influence of BLF, Amhara forces have entered Benishangul Gumuz. Yesterday I informed you about entry of Amhara special forces in Matakkal zone, Bolan Wareda of BG. So Amhara forces have entered BG. They are trying to contain BLF, which has reportedly backing of Tigray Defense Force. Gambela, viewers, GLF, Gambela Liberation Front, newly formed group led by Boam Paul. The group was formed after June 21st elections. This group announced its alliance with OLA and TDF, viewers. The group has carried out some attacks in Gambela. In Gambela city, we have seen some activities. But the reach of this group is again, it's limited. It cannot have any impact on the ongoing war in Amhara region. Then viewers, OLA, Oromo Liberation Army, the main group so far which has stuck an alliance with TDF is OLA. When OLA announced its alliance with TDF almost a month ago, after that it stepped up its activities in western and southern Oromia. It advanced on several fronts in East Velega, West Velega, Kelem Velega, Horo Godoro, Shua zone as well. On southern front, it tried to take control of Nagali Burana, it could not. After OLA struck military alliance with TDF, it started advancing on several fronts. Then Amhara militias, Amhara forces entered Oromia. They launched counter-offensives, and since then the speed of OLA's offensives towards Amhara, Oromia border areas has been slowed down. So here again, in BG, in Oromia, Amhara militias have entered. They are trying to contain OLA backed by TDF. Two remaining groups are in Amhara region which have struck alliance with Tigray Defense Force, and here TDF is creating problems for Amhara forces. Agao's Agao Liberation Front is in alliance with TDF. The group is in control of Sikota and other parts of Waghimra zone. It has backing of Tigray Defense Force. It says that Lalibela is capital of Waghimra zone, which would be a separate region of Ethiopia. Then Kement, viewers, we know that Kement and TDF fighters, they are trying to work jointly. They have tried to carry out joint attacks on Amhara forces, Ethiopian National Defense Forces in the vicinity of Gondar. So these two alliances between TDF and other groups in Amhara region are creating problems, and they have an impact on the ongoing war between TDF and Amhara forces. Other groups, they are limited to their region. So far, they haven't managed to carry out any activities worth mentioning in their regions. They're not going to have any impact on this war so far. OLA can have an impact if OLA succeeds in reaching Amhara, Oromia border areas, and if TDF manages to get past Dasi, then we can see on-ground collaboration with TDF and OLA. So far, TDF and OLA, they are operating in separate regions. They don't have any sort of military collaboration. Thank you for watching.